What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Rams House video. And today I'm going to be previewing the highly anticipated matchup between the LA Rams and the Detroit Lions. And this has been an anticipated matchup since the Rams Matthew Stafford Jared Goff trade went down. But also there's other storylines and ties to this game that's going to make it even more interesting as far as the storyline aspect goes. We're talking about Aubrey Pleasant leaving and heading over to the Detroit Lions. Talk about Brad Holmes going to the Detroit Lions, Michael Brockers on the Detroit Lions. There's so many different ties and storylines between this game that's going to make it very interesting. But the focal point and really the aspect of this game that everybody's going to be looking forward to is the Goff versus Stafford matchup. And some even call it the McVay versus Stafford matchup. Obviously, the Rams had a lot of success with Jared Goff in the time that he was here. Even got to the Super Bowl, could not win it. And from there, kind of their relationship started to deteriorate. And now, you know that Goff loves to play well and ball out when he has a chip on his shoulder and when he has something to prove. This is his game to do it. He hasn't done it all season, but I'm sure he's been saving a little extra for this game. It's going to make it very interesting. And when you talk about Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit, where he came from, where his career originated in the NFL, that's going to be a very interesting storyline. I think that both teams are going to be giving up and putting up really big fights. And I think that's kind of what the Lions have showed you all season long. They are a team who has been giving each team that they play fits, and they've been giving them fights. And whether it's not always the most impressive performance, they're always right with the other team. I would probably say that the Bengals matchup was the exception of this, the last game that they had. But I'm sure that this game, the Lions are going to be playing tough. They're going to be trying to win it just as much, if not more, than the Rams, because I feel like they just have a ton more to prove in a lot of aspects of this. But I believe that the Rams have the slighter edge to this, just because when you look at it, first, the Lions have not gotten a win all year. I know I've said that they were playing them close, but they still have not racked up a win yet. I think that this is also a huge game for McVay to prove why they made that trade, to prove why Stafford is better. Sure, Stafford's played amazing since he's come to the Rams. He's proven that. But this is a really big game when you're facing your old quarterback. How are you going to be able to perform and play? I think the Rams will be able to be putting up points and putting up some good offensive stats, not only in the passing game, where, you know, that's kind of going to be the focal point with Stafford, but also in the running game with how many yards that the Lions are giving up each game against the run. I think that the Rams just are the team that's just going to overmatch these Detroit Lions just with all the parts that they've got. I think even if the Lions play tough on defense, there's just so many players to stop on the Rams side of the ball, especially on that offensive side. There's going to be tons of players to have to stop. Whereas with Jared Goff, there's not as much support, there's not as much help for him. And you guys know that whenever Goff is having an off day, he needs to lean on those bigger players that you have that you can rely on. If they can't get that running game going and it's all on Goff, I just really don't see it going very well for them. And I think Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, the whole Rams defense is going to be proving why they made this trade as well. They're going to be playing tough. And I think that the Rams know exactly what to draw up versus Jared Goff and this Lions team. Just because we know Jared Goff really well, I know that the Lions know Stafford well. But at the same time, I just think that Stafford has a little bit more to lean on and rely on if they are trying to dial up some of the things that is going to work against Stafford. I think Stafford is really good about adjusting in game as opposed to Jared Goff. So those are my thoughts. I think 34-14 Rams come out on top here, but I would love to hear from you guys. If you could drop a comment down below on what you think, I'd appreciate it. You guys have an amazing day. Horns up and God bless.